morning, my name is Kleinhenz. I teach 4th grade at Sandston Elementary, and welcome to our reading block. Right now I'm pulling a small group and doing direct reading instruction, while the rest of the students are either working on word study or working on a research project. All right, so today we are going to start reading our new chapter book, and it is called Full Court Dreams, and it's our series that we know we already like. We've read 2 before, so this is our 3rd one. Today we are going to read chapter 1, and it is about a girl named Annie, and her 2 best friends did not make the basketball team last year, so it's a new school year and they are trying out again. And we can relate to Annie even if we've never played basketball, because I'm sure we have all tried something and maybe it was hard, but we did not give up. So who wants to start? That's what we wrote about yesterday. Who wants to start telling me something that was hard, but we didn't give up? Go ahead, Alyssa.
When I first played football, I never made a touchdown. Then I finally did, and I can catch now. I was scared of it.
Beautiful. Who has another time something was hard, kind of like basketball was hard for Annie, but she did not give up? Go ahead.
One time something was hard for me. It was when I tested. It was a fraction test, and I worked really, really hard, and I almost gave up, but I only had a few more questions left, so I kept going. But when I got finished, I was happy to see my grade, and I was happy, so I never gave up, and even though it was hard.
Perfect. Another one. Go ahead. Something was hard, but we didn't give up.
Last year, it was hard to do math because I didn't understand it well. But I didn't give up. I kept on pushing myself till I could do it.
Perfect. Go ahead, Leslie. What was hard, but we didn't give up?
When it was the first time skateboarding, I almost fell on my back, but I kept on trying.
Perfect. Last one. Go ahead.
I didn't the first time skateboarding. I didn't fall.
Perfect. So even if you've never played basketball before, you can make a connection to Annie and her friends, because sometimes for everyone things are hard, but we try really, really hard to not give up. So when you read chapter 1 today, you'll see that Annie has kind of a rough start to her morning. Does anybody remember what happened? We read our summary yesterday. Why does she have a rough start to her morning? If you're not sure, your summary is also right on the back. And you can look and see it's in that first sentence. What happens to poor Annie on her first day she's going to tryouts?
She overslept.
She overslept. So she's having a rough start to her morning already. We have 2 words that we're going to make sure that we know what they mean before we read, because they're both kind of tricky. One is relieved, and you can flip to your new word list and add it. And we've talked about being relieved before. We've seen it in other books. And if you're relieved about something, you're feeling grateful. And there's even a sound that people sometimes make when they're relieved. Do you know what the sound is? Or make yours. Whew. If you're relieved, you're feeling better or you're feeling grateful. So in our book today, Annie starts to have a nightmare. And she wakes up and then she feels relieved. So once you're done writing, why don't you talk to an elbow partner about a time you felt relieved? Mm-hmm. You can talk to Naomi. When did you feel relieved?
One time I felt relieved was when
Maybe something made you really nervous, and then after you just felt relieved.
after the first day of school.
Very good. Who heard a really good example of a time someone was relieved? Who had a really good one? Go ahead, McKenna girl, you had a good one. When were you relieved?
After I figured out that the first day of school was like.
After the first day of school. Who was nervous on the first day of school? That's okay, Miss Kay's nervous too. And then after something like that, maybe we feel relieved. We feel grateful it's done, or grateful it went well. One more word. and it's a multiple meaning word, and that's why we're going to look at it real quick. That's okay, just stick it somewhere. Shoveled. And obviously we know a shovel, the thing that we can use to dig a hole with, but this shovel is a little different. So what do we know about Annie? How did her morning start? She overslept and she's starting to rush. So she didn't just eat breakfast. She shoveled breakfast into her mouth.
She inhaled.
She kind of inhaled it. Talk to an elbow partner. How is she eating if she's shoveling? She's not just eating.
She's eating really fast. Sometimes.
Who has the good one? How is she eating if she's shoveling in her breakfast? Go ahead, Savannah. She's eating really fast. She's eating quickly. We know she's in a rush, so she can't sit and have her leisurely breakfast. She shovels it in. So our author is telling us that she's late and she's really trying to hurry. So today you're going to read chapter 1, and you're going to see about Annie's first morning trying to get ready to go to basketball tryouts. And we are going to talk about today how the characters feel in the book. So today you're going to read chapter 1, and I'll write your question on the board too in case you forget. But you're looking for how Annie is feeling. But our author is always going to give us proof. And they're going to not just tell us how she feels, they're going to give us examples. So you're going to tell me how she's feeling, and then you're going to tell me your text evidence. And I'll put it here in case you forget, okay? Chapter 1, go ahead.
Annie sat straight up in her bed. Oh, thank goodness, she whispered, relieved. It was only a dream. In her dream, the rooster for this year's 7th grade basketball team had been posted. It was a nightmare. Her name hadn't been on the list. Annie rubbed her eyes and squinted at her alarm clock. The time, 6:49 a.m., glowed back at her in big red numbers. No, exclaimed Annie, not today. She jumped out of bed, suddenly wide awake. She couldn't believe she had slept in on the one day she actually wanted to go to school. The day was the first day of basketball tryouts. Annie had planned to get up early, make sure she had everything she needed. Instead, she had woken up nearly 20 minutes late. I'm already screwing up, thought Annie. This is a really bad sign.
Good girl, you can read your head down. Thank you. She feeling that way and finding some evidence to prove anything she does or things she says. And in your front of your folder now, I'll put a green paper that has some character traits or things that people feel, and if that helps you kind of think of a word in your head. And then you can tell me how she's feeling and why, and then prove it to me. So if you're telling me she feels joyful, find me something that she says or does that shows that she's joyful. can either start on a new page if you want for new book, or you can go right below our wildlife rescue book, whichever makes you happy.
I need help spelling.
Come here. Underneath scared. There it is, girl. Good word. That's perfect. That's a great word to describe how Annie's feeling. Yep. Make sure you find me some evidence to prove it. How does my author tell me? That green paper in your folder can help you if you're worried about spelling or if you just kind of need some ideas. Yes, ma'am. Is it underneath your scared one? Yep, it's a synonym. That's a great word for scared. That's great too. Yep. That list can help us find some synonyms that maybe we wouldn't have thought of, so that's a great resource to use. Yes, ma'am. Okay, find me evidence that my author says to prove that she feels this way. That's perfect. Find me something she says or she does. Your answer is wonderful. That's wonderful. Keep going. You guys all picked great words for how Annie is feeling. Make sure now you prove it to me. Something she says or something that she does in her chapter. Yours is fine. MIN is a perfect abbreviation for minutes. So you can put MIN and put a little period. Yep, and that means minutes. Mm-hmm. I like your word. That's great. Perfect. If you're done, put your things back in your folder and you can do word study or your project. Thank you so much for watching our reading lesson today. We hope you enjoyed it. Go Stars!